Okay, are we working? Yeah, I think we should. Let's display myself. And get rid of the map. There we go. Okay. Well, it's been a while since I last streamed. I think it was a Watkins Glen race a couple of months ago. It was during an OAO season on a Saturday, but right now we are at the Fun-Liga, which hosts every Wednesday, every other Wednesday. And they're doing a Sportscar Championship now, and they decided just a couple of weeks ago to change tracks. Because originally they would run the track of Bulawayo, some South American track. But last month, this got released. Brno, the Czechoslovakian Grand Prix of 1937. And look at this layout. It's 18 miles long, 128 turns. Absolutely marvel of a track of the Silver Arrows years. It's really an amazing achievement, if I say so myself. And I've driven already a couple of laps on it, and it's very fun to drive. It's quite a diverse course. It's actually pretty tricky to get right. There are lots of narrow passages. But overall, it's just so much fun. Let me just find the map for myself so I can talk through it while I drive. There we go. Camera's looking fine. Should see the track positions of the drivers. We'll drive a couple of laps around the track. So as you can already tell, normally when driving the Brno circuit, we already have the layout of 1949 and 1965. We go the other direction. But here the initial first leg of the course, it's what for us is backwards, but this is actually the initial direction the track would go. And the track does feel quite different from what you're used to driving the other direction in 1949 and 65. It's really a lot narrower, the corners feel a lot tighter. Especially this one, I have a lot of trouble with this one, overshooting it a lot. Very sharp left-hander. Re-accelerating again. Especially this part really feels a lot slower, a lot narrower. Really like that early part around the Nürburgring, but just a bit tighter. Well, I completely overshot the corner there. Oh wow. Right. Making our way up to the town of Kahotovice. I'm not really sure I'm pronouncing it right, but this is part of the very narrow part, circuit, the slow part. Driving out of the village. Into the first forested section. Still familiar with this one, but it's significantly more narrow than it is in the 65 version. Both have really widened since then. First sector, we're doing it in about 3 minutes. So that looks like a pretty long lap to do in 12 minutes. But each sector is getting a little faster each time. Now here will be where the 65 course would split off. Of course now still 1949. Going to the village of Zebetin. A bit of the curbing here. This is where the 49 track would split off. But instead we're just going further westbound of Czechoslovakia. To a section of the track which I'm actually really fond of. Because it's really narrow, but you're driving past the trace with a lot of second gear corners. Starting here. Very tight corner there. Still getting pretty accustomed to the layout. Don't really know all the corners by heart yet. However, what I can say right now is that somewhere over here on the left side is where the modern circuit of Brno is located. A track with a lot of long corners, which I really haven't driven since, I don't know, race 07 maybe? I'm not really familiar with the layout, but I remember there were a lot of long corners there. This track too has a lot of big stories. I remember somewhere over here in 1934 there was some guy, surname beginning with a B, who had a fatal crash there in 1934. But when the crash was investigated, they didn't really find a sense of locking up brakes or some kind of driver error. It is actually thought of that the crash was actually suicide. It's crazy to believe that someone just like deliberately took himself out in the crash, but from what I understood of the stories, he probably was in very big debt. The police after him for some shady business, and well, I guess he just took the easy way out. But yeah, in its short lifespan in 1930s, this track has a lot of story pretty much each year it was driven from one of the Mercedes drivers or Auto Union leading when he got struck in the face by a bird, I remember. There was also a story about Herman Lang, who had an accident and ran over some spectators as a result, who were in a prohibited area, but nevertheless got sued over it. And I think there was also the story that where Bernd Rosemeyer, I think he won his first race there, maybe his second. And as he got to the podium to celebrate his victory, there's usually like a riff that is given out to the winner. And the one who would give it was a female, and he looked at her and straight up asked to marry her, the guy. I'm not entirely sure if that story is 100% true. I got this from a comic I read about several hours, so that's something to fact check me about. But it's just one of those crazy stories that almost every Grand Prix has with this layout. And this is where, there to the left, is where we would rejoin with the 49 S65 circuit. So now we are on the way to the tunnel Bossonoi, which is a pretty fast bit. And past that we've completed the lap. Alright, first lap. Not too many errors, as I nearly jinxed myself. Let's see what the first lap is going to do. I think a sub 10 must be possible, but I need some faster laps in that. Alright, 10:10 is not too bad. Alright, this is a really big jump at the beginning of of the lap. You have to be really delicate with it, because it's very easy to have the suspension land on a very uneven moment and you just crash out. I don't really remember the big bump being there in the 49 or the 65 track, but maybe it was just very different back then in the day. But mind you, going the other way, you also approach that kink at the very fast speed, so you know, maybe they've resurfaced it or something. I'm not really sure, but nevertheless. Brake early here. Here we go. I think there was a hot lap of this track done by a GT racer who did this course in a Porsche in under 9.5. I don't quite remember what his time was, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to live up to that. But we're gonna see how it goes. Try our best with it, get more familiarized with the course. Yeah, just have a fun time driving it. Hey, good evening, Taka. How are you doing? felt like I was almost going into these posts on the outside there. This track is so unbelievably narrow, but so fun at the same time. Yes, that's correct. This is the longest version of Brno. I think the track maps say it was 80 miles long. So, yeah, it's a very impressive feat that this track exists. And I'm not quite sure if it's currently existing in any of the other racing sims. I haven't really investigated that, but it would be cool if GPR would be the first in that one. I think it was meant to be released also for R Factor, but I'm not really sure if that's already released at the same time. Bumps. Yeah. It's a anti-clockwise circuit as opposed to the rest. In 1949 onwards, it was a clockwise track. Go by the wheeler. Oh, saved it. Note to self, you cannot read the chat in the forest section. We'll just wait till the straight. Hey, what's up, Think and Repent? Yeah, we're back at it. First online race on this bright new track. And it's an absolute joy to ride. Really nothing braking zone there. It's like there's a kick to the right, a dip, and then you already have to be on the right speed so you don't go wide. Pretty brutal. Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of these pre-war tracks are absolutely amazing to drive. It's another big milestone to, you know, get excited about the upcoming 1937 Grand Prix mod that should be coming out in a few years. Oh, there might be a couple more coming our way. For example, the Spa track that doesn't quite go through a Rouge Radion, but through a smaller section, and that doesn't bypass the Stavelo hairpin. I wonder if that is production. And maybe a track like no, Livorno, I believe, was also one of the major Grand Prix. Ah, right. There is public. There's a wall. But yeah, like I said, I am pretty curious to hear about what more the GPR mod teams are cooking up. And hopefully it will also attract a little bit more traffic into this game, because yeah, the community is getting thinner and thinner. Because there has been a few rumors going down that Ginetto, one of like the major builders of this game in terms of mods and tracks, has seemingly got his attention on other things and perhaps has lost interest in Grand Prix Legends. So yeah, we really hope he's not permanent gone. You know, a lot of guys in the mod team, they're also already in their 60s and 70s. And you're never really sure when there might be a hiccup in the human body. And that we have to say unexpected goodbyes to some. Really easy at this part to just overshoot the corner a bit too much. Like this. Oh, I just barely missed the wall. Gonna try one more flying lap and then I'll well, I suppose I should give you a tour to my new house. Some may not have known yet. Last month I moved out. Oh well, I didn't move out. I just moved places. And well, got a brand new apartment. Give you just a quick tour with my phone. Completely overshot the corner there. I'll give you just a little look at what the new scenery looks like. I think you may have already noticed that The scenery is just slightly different. They're gonna give you a proper look in about 10 minutes time. This car was born for this track. Well, they do drive Targa in this car and the Nürburgring. And yeah, a lot of sports cars racers tend to drive very long layouts like this one. So yeah, I think it's pretty fitting, even though it's like 30 years of this track in the future. I think that's a good track mod combination, honestly. feel like there's maybe a bit of a big delay between what's going on in the chat room and what I'm reading. I think I'm gonna try to reduce the delay for maybe the next live stream. I think the gap is like 45 seconds, so maybe I'm just like reading things and then I have to remind myself of what context, and I think, oh yeah, you guys are a little way further behind than me right now. He's like 5 minutes behind. I think my gear needs to be a little bit taller. Going too fast again there. Oh, Lord. Well, we're not getting into the sub 10 minutes yet. But fair enough. Alright, we're gonna park the car for a moment. Alright. Look at my room. This is what it looks like. Couch over there. Yeah, kitchen is over there. Yeah, telly. Little, not really sure what the English term for that is, but yeah, this is where I like save my my CD-ROMs. My some trophies are there, and yeah, can't miss the plushies, of course. This is what it looks like for when I'm driving. And this is where I look like. Look at stream, the chat, and a little map layout of the track, so I know where I'm going, roughly. And yeah, here, there's a nice Monaco poster. Still need to hang it up. Like, yeah, there's still many things to hang up in my room, but yeah, it's pretty much there. So I'm really happy with the new place. Just put the camera back. Yeah, this should be good. What's your next favorite sim besides GPL? I don't think I have a clear number 2. I'd probably say iRacing. As well, I did spend a lot of time there. I like the physics about it, and you know, I did some fun stuff with it. I have done some endurance races with it. I've kind of stopped driving it at the moment because, well, I had one team where I was in and that folded, and afterwards I really didn't put much attempt into getting into a new team, settle there, and yeah, now I do occasionally. I look if there are some special events I can drive solo, and have a little bit of a fun time with that. Besides that, yeah, I like driving Automobilista too. Got some great classic content there. Formula Juniors are really fun to drive. Of course, I played some Assetto Corsa time to time. I occasionally like the Blue Top Grand Prix 3 or Grand Prix 4. But yeah, beyond that, beyond Prix Legends, which I still regularly, weekly do at least one race. And beyond that, I don't really do a lot of racing lately, so you know, life has more than just sitting behind a wheel, driving a virtual car on a virtual track. So I'm having my good fun with it. I mean, just this afternoon, before I before I went to race, I completed a Lego set from the McLaren from 1988 from Ayrton Senna. Did it in 2 days. Was really fun to build. Well, at least the car is done, but there's like one more thing where you can make it like a display that you can see in a museum, but I'm not really sure how I'm gonna build it. Still need to give it a nice little spot in my new home. But I have to think about where I'm gonna place it. Let's see, I have 8 minutes left. Good enough for 2 laps, if I don't crash. So yeah, let's just do 2 more laps to see how we're doing qualifying. So far, I got a fast lap. My car is good for what it is. Yeah, Caracciola. Won in 1937 in the W125. I think I have driven the car once around the Nürburgring on Assetto Corsa, and that thing is an absolute monster to drive. It's so difficult, these cars. So I wonder how they're going to be implemented in Grand Prix Legends. Actually, I've driven the Auto Union as well, over the same game, same track. And I must say, I actually find it easier, even though there's a very notorious reputation to be very oversteery and very fishtaily and difficult to drive. For some reason, I find the Type C easier than the W125. Alright, let's try some laps. You know, as things stand right now, having driven yeah, already a few laps on this track, compared to yeah, the 49 and the 65 layout, yeah, I put definitely Brno 49 in third. I'm kind of debating whether I put this one in first or in second. I mean, of course, there is right now a recency bias going on. And maybe have a little look back at Brno 65 to really feel the difference of it. Yeah, it's really close between the two of them. I really love how this rendition has turned out. I think it's easily in my top, yeah, I think it's definitely in my top 10 tracks in Grand Prix Legends right now. It's a video that might be worth a revisit. There's one combination I'm really keen to try out. It's with the Canon 71 cars. See what kind of a fast time I could drive with that. Especially around the fast corners at the end of the race. The end of the track, I mean. Should see some phenomenal speeds there. You probably still have to brake and go up the throttle through the corners. They're really deal breakers when it comes to these series of long straights. But I'm really curious to see what you can do if all these corners are flat out or almost flat out. Still not sure about quite some corners whether I was supposed to test one in second or in third. And it's so easy to forget, especially when you haven't driven this much. I wonder what the idea is behind a double hairpin. I guess it's because of the hills, but it's fun to drive. I think it's just pretty interesting, that's all. Oh, overcooked it. And upside down again. Future Yannick here, Brent Carton in the Formula 1 area, yeah, there are already videos of. And that's so unbelievably quick. But this combination, I don't believe it exists yet. So I do wonder when it will find its way into like Assetto Corsa or so. It's honestly such a phenomenal track. Alright, now remember, third gear corner. There we go, it's not that hard. Okay, so sub 950 is possible. Oh, the corners are just so tight. It's unbelievable. Almost hit the trees there. Not too fast. I think this is the only part of the circuit where I'm still genuinely not really sure about which speed I can take what. Right, only here when it opens up, I know what I can do. Don't know if Greg is going for a lap, but I don't think he is. Right now the timer is counting down how many minutes I have to finish the lap. to 3. All right, finishing lap here. 41.27. That's a benchmark. So if you can check something really quick because delay is just so huge. No, I cannot. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we have a little bit of a different rule here. It's 1 shift R per lap. So instead of the whole race, people can get a little more adjusted to the track. And I think that's pretty welcoming. Okay, just upping the fuel should be good. All right. On to the first Grand Prix Legends, Magyarsk Grand Prix. Magyarsk. I don't know what's Czechoslovakia in its native language. Get a virtual mirror for this one, I believe. If it's available. I think he's almost turning. I think Greg almost crashed into me there. He has a big advantage here, that's for sure. cool. I'm sure I'll love it. Porsche is back behind me. Obviously it would excel at this part of the track where it's twisty and slow. And you need the cornering ability to navigate it. Right. Vegas kept up so far, but I think this is going to be the moment where my Ferrari is going to shine. Oh, hey, we got a Czech here. Hello. How are you doing? Almost lost it there. Right, it's long one lap down. Four more to go. Fast bit won me about 8 seconds for Greg. Let's see what he does for the next northern half. Was it still like much the same from like 90 years ago? I'll imagine a lot of it is much more urbanized by now, but I think, of course, what at least can be said is that the roads are a lot wider than they are right now here. I think that Greg is quite doing the catch-up I thought he would, but maybe just me. I think I'm gonna say something crazy, guys, but I think I actually love this track more than I do the old Spa. I mean, it's such fun driving here, honestly. I love it so much. Well, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but personally, I just love this track so much. It's definitely top 3 for me right now in GPL. Tsipas, Targa and Spa. Those are the top 2 tracks for me right now. So a green flag. It means there was an accident behind me. I think Greg has Mitch just a corner somewhere. And back by 49.65 rejoin. There's been another accident. I think this time it's Axel. Looking at how fast he's dropping. Right, lap 3 or 5. Overcooked it a little. Little off-road excursion. Kept the car spinning there. Yeah, I think I'm a little more acquainted with the track than these guys are, but you know, I just mainly do this because I want to showcase this track to you guys. Because it's just so amazing to drive, and really I think not just the people of Prix Legends, but just the whole sim racing community, the historic sim racing community should know about this track and drive it and love it. I honestly think this track is a gem that deserves its place along with the likes of Spa and the Nürburgring. It really is a hidden gem of the pre-war era. It really is. Oh my goodness me. I just crashed myself. I had to get it wrong at some point. I just remind myself I cannot make a crash like that again. In this lap at least. Kinda wonder if you can take a look there. See how far you can go. I bet not far, but it'd be fun to give it a try. Two more laps. Thought I was not making the corner there, so I refrained from changing gear.